Hi there, Abhik here. This is fourth episode of NextJS and Tests, and throughout this episode I will build the navbar and product component as well as mock useRouter. So in the index page, so here instead of showing this just the product.name for here and here for the products, I want to render a product component which will show the name, the price, and as well as a button of add to cart. So before doing that, so to do that, I will inside this components directory I will create a folder with the name of product, and inside this product I will create two files. One will be product.js to store our component, and the another one will be product.test.jsx. This will have all our tests. Now inside the test file I will first import react, and I will also create a dummy component for now to import it in our product.test. That's it. So I will save this, and here I will import this dummy component right now. Then what I will do is I will start writing tests for our product component. So I will start with describe block. Then our first test renders product correctly. What will it render? So first of all we will render our product component, and then we will expect that it shows the name of the product. Now inside this mock product, remember I already created a product, mock product. So this is the mock product that I will be using throughout this test. So for that I will be importing. So when I have imported mock product, I will pass this to our product, mock product. That's it. And then I will expect that it will get the name of monitor, and this price will be shown here. This formatted with symbol. So let's see that monitor. Also one more thing that I want to show is it should render a button with the name of add to cart. So I will screen.get by role button whose name will be add to cart. Now we know that our test will fail because we have not created our product like that. So what I can do here is product, and then also I can do something like add to cart. So here inside this div I will have a h5 tag, and there I will render the product.name, and then I will have a p tag where I will show the price dot formatted with symbol, and then we will have a button with add to cart written. Also one more thing, that is here after this you should have product, and this product and add to cart should be wrapped inside these curly braces, and this is what our test looks like. And make sure you import them properly. And let's see now, and you can see that our tests are passing now, right? Let's now render those. Instead of a product.name I will use product, and then the product will be product, and add to cart will be. So I can do one thing, that is I will copy this, and instead of there I will paste it here, and then I will close this, and I will remove this one here, save this, and it will look like this. So I will copy the same thing, and I will do this here also, and I will do this here also. Then save this. Now our tests won't fail. Yes, our tests are not failing. Let's see it in the browser. So now you can see that every keyboard, add to cart, RGB add to cart, gaming mouse, regular mouse, monitor, keyboard, everything is showing in add to cart. And if I search, the search results are also showing this add to cart. Last thing that is remaining is we should call this add to cart, right? So here we can do something like on click and then add to cart. So let's see if. So let me open my cart here, and here we are seeing that please buy something from our store. So I will add to cart this one, and I will also add to cart regular mouse. Then let's refresh this page, and we can see this keyboard and regular mouse is added to cart now. So our functionality is working perfectly. Let's also write a test for it. So what can we write? So renders product correctly. we can give this a name, and then we will import user event. Make sure it is getting imported, and then dot click add to cart button, and then we will expect that our add to cart function is getting called. So for that we need to pass here a jest function. So add to cart, constant add to cart, which will be a jest.append function. This is a mock function we are passing to add to cart, and then we will expect that add to cart called. Our test should pass. Our tests are passing. Now you might ask, why don't we do a test like this to be called with? But this test will fail. As you can see here, expected is the item that is expected, but it is received on click, and this function and all such. So what is happening here is, understand this, that we are calling this add to cart function, and this add to cart function, inside this add to cart function, this arrow function, and inside that arrow function we are calling our prop that we have passed from app.js. That prop is getting that add to cart function. Original add to cart function is inside a function, and this function is our prop. So we are not calling our inside this product component, we are not calling our add to cart prop with our product.id. Okay, so that is why this test will be failing. Okay, so we will remove this test, we don't need it, and our test should pass right now, and you can see that all our tests are passing, right? Now to create the component navbar component, I will go to the components directory, and there I will create another folder with the name of navbar. And similar process like product, we will create two files, navbar.js, navbar.test.js, right? And inside the navbar, what I will do is I will create an empty component. Inside the navbar test, here I will create the first test. I will import react, then import the component, then create the describe block, name it navbar component, then create the first test, which will be it renders the nav items correctly. So the first step, render the navbar. Then we will here get by role of link, and first one will be home, second one will be cart. Now let's create our component now. So instead of div, this should be nav, we will actually have link, or we import link or next/link, and we will give it a href of slash attacks with home return. Then the same thing, instead of slash we will have cart here, we will have cart over here. Save this, let's see. Now here comes the question, where should we render our navbar? So to render our navbar, we can use our index page, but then we will not have our cart page, right? So the best option is to import it in the app.js and then render it here. So what I will do is, I will have wrap this with empty fragments, and here we will have the navbar, and make sure it is getting imported correctly, and then save this. Our test should have no effect. Then go back to our browser. You can now see two links are getting shown here, home and cart. If I place on cart, it will go to cart page. If I go to home, it will go to home page. Now here I want to say something, that normally when applications we develop, we create the applications where whichever page we are on, that page that should have an underline or some sort of visual confirmation that we are on this link right now, active link, right? So if we have pressed cart and the cart page is here, then this one should have an underline, and when we are on home page, then this home should have the underline. So how to do that? So to do that, we will now need to create smart link components or custom link components. Now this will be a functional component as well, smart link two props. One will be children. Children is say cart, we render cart, we render home. So for that children, and another prop will be href. This href prop like that. And then we will leverage the router. So constant router, which will be useRouter. We will actually leverage the useRouter of NextJS, right? And then what we will do is we will now return anchor text. We will now return anchor text. Now inside this anchor text we will have the children, and the href of this anchor tag will be the href prop we are passing. When I said we are leveraging useRouter, so that means when we click on the anchor tag, we want to handle that click ourselves. So we will create a handle click function. So, and one more thing that I will do is class name. So see, when I say I want to render an underline for those links which is that page. So if home page, I want to underline that home page, and when I am on cart page, I want to underline the cart. So for that to happen, I will use CSS classes. So here I will check that router.asPath. Now router.asPath returns say / cart like that, right? So we will check that is it triple equals to the href. So is it exactly to the href? If yes, then we will render two classes, active link. Otherwise, we will render just the nav link, right? And as I said, we will handle the handle click. So let's create that function now. This will we also need the event. So we will prevent default or event, and then what I will do is I will do something like router dot push to the href. Now let's instead of rendering these links here, what I will do is I will render smart links, and instead of this a text here, we will render just the home text, and this one as well. Let's save it. We also need to create the CSS classes, right? So what I will do is I will go back to the styles, and here I will go to global.css. Then I will give this CSS nav with the display of flex, and the nav link classes will have a padding, and it will also have a display of flex. And this active nav link will have a position of relative. Why position of relative? So that we can have a position of absolute over this after, which is a pseudo element to active nav link, and bottom -1 pixel, so that it comes a bit bottom of the original content. Then we will have the width of 100%, so it takes the entire width of the container, and that is this nav link or the active nav link. Height will be 0.1 m, so that will be the width of the line, and then the background will. I want the background color to be red, and content is absolutely necessary if you are using pseudo element. So I have saved this, and let's see it in action now. So here you can see that the home is already with the red underline, and if I click on cart, then you can see the cart is having this red underline. Then I will click home once again, and home is having this red underline right now. So it is working, right? Now surprisingly, if you open the terminal, you can see that our test suite fails. And why does it fail? Because router.asPath cannot read property asPath of null. The problem is not in our component, the problem is in our tests. So for the tests to pass, what we need to do is we need to mock the useRouter. So how to do that? I will use jest.mock, and I will mock actually next/router. And make sure here you have the parentheses, and here also closing parentheses. That's it. And here we will return something like route will be slash, path name will be nothing, query will be nothing, asPath will be slash. So we are using this asPath over here, so we need that asPath as well, and push will be a jest.function and mock function, right? Now we have done that, but we also need to do one more thing, that is just.spyon. We need to require our next.js router once again, and we'll spy on the useRouter function, right? useRouter hook actually, right? Now it is not completed yet. We have to create a mock implementation over here as well. I will use useRouter.mock implementation, and then the same thing. I will copy the same thing and I will paste it here. That's it. Now if I save this and if I check, my test should pass right now. And you can see that my tests are passing. All my tests are passing now. So why did I do that, or how did I learn it? I actually found this on GitHub, and I will link this down below. And here this GitHub discussion here is how to mock useRouter. Here you can find a lot of solutions, and the solution that fitted my need was this one. But you can use your own. There are other solutions as well. You can yourself find out which one helps you solve your problem, right? So the end user might want to see the how many items are in his cart whenever he is scrolling this page, right? Normally on online stores, if you see, you can see that there would be some cart rate icon here with the items in it, a number of items that cart is already has, and it is shown normally in the navbar. So why don't we show it here as well? So for that, I will first of all write some tests on what I actually intend to do. So I will say something like renders cart items count, and make sure this is a string. So wrap them inside these inverted commas, and then render our navbar. Now one thing that I want to say is, how will our navbar know about the cart? How many items are in our cart? For that, we need to pass our cart to the navbar. So how to do that? I will actually pass here the mock cart, which I will import. And here also we need to actually have the prop, right? We need to actually have the prop over here, cart. Now how will we pass this cart? So if I go to the app.js, we already have the cart over here, because this is where the cart is actually getting created in the first place. I will pass the cart over here as well. Then what I will do is I will go to the test again, and now I want to show the let's see, the number of items is present here. So I will go to the mock data, and here the mock cart, and the line items total items are 5, and total unique items is 2. So I can do something like, I can check here screen.get by text cart along with the total unique items. So the total unique items is 2. Now normally this test will fail, so I will have to write something. So I write the logic. So the logic will be cart dot total items. Then our test should pass. I will also open up my browser first, and let's see. And here you can see that we have only 2 items. So let's add some more items, and you can see here cart 3 is getting shown. So it's working. Now here is the error coming: cannot read property total unique items of undefined. So for that, we have to make sure that cart is already present, and then we want to show that cart total unique items, and now our test should pass. So this ensures that our cart is never undefined. If our cart is undefined, then it will show nothing, then we will not have any error, and if our cart is defined, then we will show total unique items. And now you can see that all 4 of our 14 tests are passing. So our neighbor has these 2 tests, and both of them are passing, right? So till now what we have done is this displaying this product with the name, the price, and the add to cart button, this navbar over here, and which is fixed, and then this link to cart. And also this cart page looks a bit different, because what I've done here is inside this cart page I have imported styles from styles.home.module.css, and I have used a class name of styles.container over here, and this is the container style. So that is why it looks a bit different, but it looks cool. So that's it till now we have done, right? In the next video we'll be creating the checkout page, and without any tests, because I will be demonstrating that when we should not use TDD. That is what I will be demonstrating in the next video. So the next video will be of the checkout page and the entire checkout flow. Thanks for watching, and to all my subscribers, thanks for supporting. See you in the next episode.